Hello everyone, this is Steven. Thank you so much for joining me again. We are back, and this is kind of the first bonus episode that we've got. And by what? What's happening? I don't get it. Okay, either a texture didn't load, or, which I'm thinking a large chunk of, not a texture, but a large chunk of the environment didn't load right there. Or the, I can't even think right now. The collision detection is real fucked there too. So one of those just happened. But anyways, this is kind of our first bonus episode after building Mom back, to a full unit. We don't have any main objectives other than to explore, to complete pod challenges, and to find crystals. So we are, and speak of the devil, and I think I see one right there. So we're out on our way to, that reminds me. I had to do a little bit of cheating here. Let's bring us in. That's actually really loud, so. I had to do a bit of cheating because if you've been following this video series, and I know that you have, son of a bitch, I know that you've been following, you know that I had some real gnarly audio issues, and you might be able to tell that they're better. At least I hope to fucking Christ they're better. It seems like it is, but I had to do some stuff. I had to do some finagling, as we say in the business. I had to finagle some things. I just, a ship part? I thought I am very, very confused right now. I thought we built Mom. All right. I am, I'm starting to wonder about the last time my game saved. But we've got it recorded. I've got that fucking footage there. It's real. Alright. I'm thinking the game just kind of loaded a bit weird, so maybe we'll see some cool shit that... maybe it's not going to be that cool. I don't know. But, okay, so we are lit here. As I was saying before, I definitely had some pretty crazy audio issues before. I was having, so initially, I'll give you a peek behind the curtain, another one that you love so much, that goes into kind of how these videos are made. And I can't tell you the most professional way to do them. I am still working on that. With every video, I'm trying to be the most professional I can, and I've gotten it to a point where at this moment, why, maybe not in terms of productivity, maybe not in terms of visual and audio quality, but in general, I feel like the current setup that I have now, which is, Jesus, disregard that. I am doing this out of my house, if you couldn't tell. Where else am I gonna fucking do this? It's not in a studio somewhere. That's my laundry buzzer that just went off. But what I used to do, whenever I do kind of live gameplay commentary, I have my recording device here, and a mic set up. Oh, this is convenient. We're just gonna knock. Crystal. Which one are we gonna do first? I'd like to just grab the crystal and get it out of the way. But doesn't look like I can see it right now. So, but I have my recording device. I have my mic. Oh God, that's so loud in my ears. Okay. I can't even deal with this. There we go. And I'm just talking about how fucking professional I am, of course. I'm not professional is the real joke. But so I've got my device, I've got my mic, and pretty much I'm just sitting on my couch. I've got my my PlayStation 4 hooked up to my capture card. I've got my mic attached to my shirt here, so it's just close. I kind of just try to limit the number of things around me that make noise. So essentially, I turn my TV way down, because then you get this kind of duplicate effect that isn't. It's really hard to time out to get rid of. So what was happening is I had my TV turned down low and I couldn't hear the audio cues from the game. And usually it's not that big a deal. I mean, you're just usually missing out on music. But actually with this one, with these crystals in particular, the closer you get to them when you're in very close proximity, you will actually hear kind of a shimmering tone, which you did not hear for the last several videos that I put out. But with the first couple videos I did, I just had my volume turned way down low and I couldn't find crystals. And I was like, you know what? I should put my headphones in just to make sure that, so that I can actually hear what's going on and it won't interfere with my mic audio. Cool. And then I muted my television and turned down my computer's speakers just so that the audio wouldn't be coming out again and just kind of having this echo effect in my mic. And I went on a fucking marathon, man. I recorded the whole game basically in one day because I actually had an afternoon to myself. It was there's definitely something wrong with this game. It loaded really funny. Anyways, I had some time and I was like, you know what, I really want to knock this out because I know I won't do it if I don't sit down and do it. So I proceeded to play the entire game. And in doing that, I did not realize that the PlayStation 4, when you plug a microphone into your controller, it's the only place you can, or sorry, not a microphone, well, either a microphone, but basically in this situation, when you plug a headset into the controller port, it actually cuts the audio from leaving your console. So the way a capture card works is you send it out from this little bug. You send it out from your console. Your capture card is basically in the middle of, between your wires. It's right in the middle of your TV. So whereas normally you would go straight from your console to your television, in this instance it goes to the capture card, which then splits the signal, sends the fastest signal that it possibly can out to your television to minimize input delay. And then it also sends the other signal to your computer so that you can record the footage. So as I mentioned earlier, when you have a microphone, a headset plugged into your PlayStation 4, you plug it right into your controller, the audio comes out of that. It actually, unbeknownst to me, it does not continue to send audio out. I guess I guess they were figuring why, why would you need to do that? And really the issue is that Sony, and I don't mean to disparage Sony. I love Sony. I don't mean to disparage them, but they intended for you to be able to use their device as a streaming device. They intended for you to stream off of it. So while that might work when you're streaming, I don't really think it would, or actually, maybe it would, and that's why I thought it would work before, because I used to just stream directly from my PlayStation 4, but the quality was so poor in my area, just I have really low internet. I'm not sure necessarily what it is. I think it's just my area, honestly. Like it's a small enough town that we don't have, super high speed internet, but it's also got a large enough population that enough people are using it at a time. I'm actually in a college town in a university, and the population will triple overnight. So sometimes I just have really poor internet. But I know I've touched on it a couple times before, but basically using a headset with the PlayStation 4 cuts the audio out, and while I could hear it, it was not actually being recorded along with the video. So I had video, no audio. That was like a nightmare to me, a fucking complete nightmare, because I had just put in all of this time, hours and hours and hours, like playing this game. Not to mention, it's like I also, put in the quote unquote work of recording commentary for it, and son of a bitch, this is really fucking with me. That's not gonna work, dude. Okay, am I gonna have to reload this fucking game? Okay. But I went through the quote unquote work of recording commentary and everything, and I was just like, I can't believe that fucking happened. Like, I can't believe that I lost it. Like, I lost all of it. And like, all my time was wasted. So I kind of had a couple choices, which was I could scrap the whole series and just say, you know what, fuck it, like it was gonna suck anyways, and whatever, I should just quit with it. We're gonna do better this time. I figured out how to grab these goddamn pods. But I could scrap the whole thing. I could, but I put in all this work, and I was just like, man, I couldn't believe I did that. So another option that I actually thought of was to re-record some of the sound effects, like the jetpack moving and me collecting the marks and using the glide boost and planting the plants and all sorts of things, and then inserting them at the right times. But the amount of work that would also take is just astronomical. Like, it would be insane for the amount of footage that I had recorded. The thought crossed my mind, if only for a moment, and I was like, man, no way. Like, I'd rather re-record the whole thing at that point. And the other option that I thought of, cool, so we got 10 more to go, and then we'll get the last suit. The other option that I thought of was just, hey man, the music in the game is pretty simple. It kind of repeats all the time, so I can find a couple different instances of this music and just kind of put it on in the background. I think, the sound effects definitely help, but I don't think it breaks my my videos that it's not there. I would much rather have had them there, but I did everything I could to salvage it, and that was my hard lesson to learn. So what I've done now, the current setup that I will use only for recording commentary exclusively, because it's not the way I really want to play, but the current setup that I have is actually, I got an extension cord to like it's like an extension cord for a 3.5 millimeter jack, so that I could plug my headphones into the back of my television. And since that is not intercepting the signal from the PlayStation 4, it's still actually sending audio and video, just like it should, out Oh my god, they split. What's going on here? You fucking assholes. Okay. But so this is in no way interfering with the recording. This is just kind of like a secondary. This is way after, basically in the chain of signals. This comes after the computer, which is what's really important, because essentially how I had it before, I was intercepting the audio before it got to the computer, which is why it never recorded. So that shamed me and still shames me a great deal. But I think, I mean, it's listenable, like it's still fine. But yeah, it's kind of embarrassing that I just like, man, I've been making videos for a long time. I've been making videos for like 2 years, and man, I am still learning it. I'm still making all sorts of mistakes. But at the same time, I kind of like figuring out how to solve them. I don't like losing recordings, but I do like solving problems and figuring out how to do that. And oh, there's another one around here. I feel that for the most part I have solved it, and my videos are not perfect by any means. You know, I don't charge any money. I've said this before, it's just all a labor of love. I just love doing it. I love talking about video games. I just hope to engage in conversation with people about video games, and just show my love for them. And I do that the best I can without, you know, murdering myself, without being just like an absolute perfectionist, because I could be. This is not the one, is it? Oh, it is. Actually, I don't think it is. I think it's, oh, that was, I'm just going to get this because this thing might take me away forever. Yeah, so anyways, that was a really long-winded version of the kind of disclaimer I put at the beginning of episode 3. And if anybody is bad at math, this is now episode 11, where we've since finished the game, but we're just going around collecting everything, getting all the challenges, getting all the crystals, not because, you know, it's going to have some profound effect, but just because, hey man, I kind of like this game. I think it's fun. It's just a game that I can kick back and chill and play, and I have a good time playing it. So that's good. So anyways, I'm beating a dead horse here, but I'm really sorry to anybody who was, you know, wildly inconvenienced by the lack of the true game audio. I did what I could, again, like I said, without re-recording all of the sound effects individually and manually inserting them, which is insanity. So yeah, I'm oh man, it just killed me when I was going back and editing the footage, and all the times I'd make references to the audio and what I could hear and how I knew that crystals were around, and you guys can't hear anything. Or like, even when I'm like, oh, because I'm using my headphones now, great, and I'm just like, it's your downfall, you prick. There's even a part in episode 10 where somebody might have caught where my headphones came unplugged, and all of a sudden the game audio was there. It was too distracting, so I muted it in the final video, but yeah, it actually says right there, the audio is being outputted to the headphones, you dumbass. So I'm going to try and let that go and talk about some other things. So yeah, it's kind of been an interesting time. It's been oh my goodness. It's been an interesting time at work. Work was really busy. Again, I work at a veterinary hospital. I say vet hospital all the time, and I think some people might mistake me for that to mean veteran. That is not the case. I work at a veterinary hospital. I help animals. So that's cool. But things have been kind of crazy at work and in life. And the town I live in, like I said, it's a small university town, and there's a lot of weird quirks about it. But overall, I kind of like this place. But one thing I did today, I did something brand new for the first time today. I was a non-skating official, or an NSO, in a juniors roller derby bout. So that's children up to 18 years of age. Some of them were probably 17, because they were very big. There was one girl I remember who was as tall as I am, and I'm usually the tallest person in the room, usually, not always. So it was a very large girl, and I was very surprised not only to find out that it was a girl, women don't usually come that tall, but that she was so young too, 17. She's going to be big. She's probably not done growing yet, so that's cool. A lot of talented skaters out there. I actually had a good time. I was working in the penalty box, timing some things. It was my first time. It didn't go off without a hitch, but I had a good time, and nobody got, seriously injured. So that's good. That's always a good thing in roller derby. We don't want any injuries. Oh my God, losing my mind. There's so many. Injuries in roller derby are really common. So I don't want to say really common, because like a lot of people that I talk to, who I tell like, oh hey, like you should try roller derby. It's a lot of fun. It's like bonding, and there's kind of teams, and you get try out a new skill, and it's you're active. And what on earth are you? Come with me. Did that motherfucker just fly away, or did I just throw him that far? Weird. Ooh, there's another one. Okay. But yeah, one of the first things they always say is just like, no way, I don't want to hurt myself. Well, as with... Alright. I swear there's something wrong with the game here. My controls aren't quite working right. But I'm gonna quote unquote professional out and not just restart anything, because also I really don't want to. But before I record the next one, I'll probably restart. D, I found the D. Yay. But they're always afraid that they're going to get hurt. And I'm like, well, there's a chance of you getting hurt in any sport, but roller derby might actually be a little bit more likely. My girlfriend actually always has like bruises all up and down her arms because they grab onto each other to brace. Basically, if you've never seen roller derby, it's like a combination of NASCAR and hockey, a little bit of football, and essentially, you've got 5 players on each team that are out at one time. And one of the players on each team is called a jammer. They need to break free from the pack, and then for every lap that they take, for every skater of the opposite team that they pass, they gain a point for their team. And all the other members are blockers, and they try to stop the jammer from scoring points. So they brace with each other. They kind of build walls, they call them, to stop the jammer from passing through, and they hold on to each other so hard that my girlfriend has all these bruises up and down her arms all the time, and I'm constantly telling her, I'm just like, you must wear sleeves at all times. It just looks like I'm not a super friendly looking dude, so I'm just constantly saying that she must wear sleeves, because I don't want anybody to think that I'm abusive or anything. But you are bound to get hurt. My girlfriend, for instance, she fractured her elbow one time, very early on when she was still in training. It was her fault. She will admit this. She fell wrong. One of the first things Jesus Christ! Game, figure your shit out! She will admit this was her fault. One of the first things they teach you is how to fall. And she fell wrong. And her pads weren't quite on there correctly. Ooh, I'm going to go get the crystal first. So she ended up basically landing on her elbow without any sort of protection. She fractured her elbow. The only other major injury she's had, aside from general aches and pains, and of course the aforementioned bruises all the time, is she has suffered a concussion, actually. So that wasn't fun. You know, she had to sit it out for a while, but it's just one of those things that happens. I've seen concussions happen during bouts. It's not fun, but again, like, it's one of those sports that, you know, you need training is very important. Like, when I first started to hear about this roller derby thing, a game is losing its mind here. We're going through day and night so fast that we should have flooding and tsunamis and shit all around here. Okay. But when I first started hearing about roller derby, I didn't do anything to this game, I swear. I just loaded it up. I was really surprised that you have to train. That, like, you have to pass a skills test, just like driving, before they'll let you go out there. And the reason is because you can get seriously injured. You know, if you're not up to snuff, you can injure yourself, likely others, very easily. You've got people who, you know, these people are on skates, you know, literally on wheels, going as fast as they can, pretty much, smacking into each other. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer that you. Oh, hi, Wednesday. Hello. The pup has come back. Hey, do you want to sit? Do you? Are you gonna? Okay, you can go play. I think she's gonna make a little nest at my feet. But I thought at first, you know, if anybody who wanted to play roller derby could go ahead and do it. I thought you could just jump in and, you know, anybody fool enough to put on a helmet and a pair of skates, they'd be like, all right, go ahead. But that is not the case at all. You've got to pass training. You have to learn certain skills. You have to learn how to fall, like I said, which is one of the first things that they teach you. So there's a ton of things that you have to learn how to do before they'll let you actually play in the bouts that you know, people come see. So a really interesting sport, actually. Like, I've never seen a camaraderie like with roller derby, because if you get a team of derby players together, if you get more than one, you know, and even when you only have one man, like, it's probably still going to come up, but they will sit and talk derby for hours. They will talk strategies. They will talk players that they like. They will talk goals. They will talk all sorts of shit. Like, it's insane. Like, they just don't stop, and it's like true passion if you really, really find it. And I know you can find that with a lot of other things, but it's just kind of the most recent example that I've seen, and of kind of a sport or an activity that just has an insane amount of camaraderie involved in it. And like I said, I suppose you can have it with anything, like anything that you can get a group of people that are passionate about. I mean, video games is a great example, but you can see love, basically. Like, you can see the love for it, and you can feel it, and you can tell, like, these people really care. And it's fun to see, and it's not always my favorite topic to discuss. But I mean, I'm a grown-ass man. I can leave, but I'm always astonished at just how much derby they can talk. Like, I've hauled people to and from derby bouts multiple times, and hours and hours and hours in a car before the event, after the event. Shit, just unbelievable. It's the only topic that ever comes up, and it's never tired subjects. It's just camaraderie. It's just love. It's just passion. It's really interesting. So I don't necessarily encourage anybody to go out and try roller derby specifically, but I do encourage people to go out and find something that they're passionate about, because I think it makes a big difference in your life if you have something that you truly care about and can connect with. Even if it helps you connect with other people, great. If it doesn't, then that's okay, as long as, you know, if you have a passion in you and you follow it, and you let it kind of dictate your actions, and you let it, oh, thank you, Wednesday. I just got a cuddle buddy, everybody be jealous. Until she starts making fucking noise, then you'll know. But that's kind of my main point is there's true things in this world to be passionate about, you know, and finding them is not always easy. So if anybody was kind of hunting a passion down, maybe give that a try. There's roller derby leagues all around the world, and especially in the U.S. You can find them in almost any county and in any town. Like our area has several leagues that play, and they play together, and you know, there was enough interest in the area, I mean in the greater area, that we were able to hold a tournament nearby. So but yeah, there's bound to be some roller derby in your area, so check it out if you think that might sound fun, which it totally does, and find out a little bit more about a weird sport. So I've talked about audio issues, and I've talked about roller derby. So that's cool. Great. This is a video game Let's Play, and I'm talking about sports. Shit. What is this? Speaking of sports, hockey. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to talk about hockey. I love hockey, but I don't watch hockey enough to be able to talk about hockey. It'd be awesome if I could play hockey, but oh god, hockey is not roller derby. Hockey is a mainstream sport, but you will not find hockey teams around, you know, that you can just join into as an adult. They're difficult to come across. Plus, I think more dangerous than roller derby. What? Don't tell my girlfriend I said that. Okay. I like this, man. We are working our way to this suit. Oh shit, man. We are getting close. I didn't think we were getting that close. Whoo, baby. Okay. So here's the skinny. This episode's been going on for about the allotted time. It looks like there might be a crystal around here for me to run into. Oh, I bet you it was in that cave. Hashtag, is this cave down here? Holla. Your boy needs a hollering. All right. So we found this. Boom. What I'm going to do is we're going to cut it right here. That's our first bonus round of exploration. Oh shit, I need to leave so I can go do a thing. I kept this suit on from the last one because I wasn't sure if this would really help us with finding crystals or not. Meh. Looks like it's just a cool suit. It's got a light on it. Doesn't really give us any added benefit in helping to find crystals, I suppose, except for maybe the light, but that's not really a benefit. But so we'll get a new suit next time. We are going to continue to hunt down the rest of these crystals. I think that we're probably going to get the final suit as well. So that's interesting. And let's see, what can we find here? Yeah, I don't need to hang out with that. Let's do this. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for joining again. Thank you for coming to hang out in this post-game episode where we're just doing some extra shit, just some real casual chat, just kind of goofing around, finding some extra stuff. So thank you for letting me into your life. Thank you for spending some time on my channel. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for helping me explore my passions. We'll catch you next time. Peace.